Okay, hello everybody. So this is the second episode of my video blog or my vlog, and so what I wanted to tell you about was my textbook. So I worked on this textbook for years, and the textbook is called Activate, and I started a company called ESOL Press, and the textbook is, what I wanted in a textbook for teaching English to speakers of other languages. And I've used, in my 32-year career, I've used a slew of different textbooks. And I have a lot of complaints about these textbooks. My major complaint is that they're not communicative, or they regulate the communicative activities to the back of the book. And my feeling from teaching for a long time is that this is the most important thing, that things are communicative. And when they are, students remember the language. When I first went to Japan, I had my textbooks, my Japanese textbooks. I'd go home and study them for a few hours. I had a friend that was going out and just talking to people all the time, and his Japanese was just improving so much more quickly than mine was. And that's what I realized. I realized that meaning, okay, you have form, you have usage, and you have meaning, and you got to combine them. If you're just doing grammar exercises, well, that's form, but you're not combining it with meaning. And communicative activities is what you need, and this is what this textbook does. So here's the web page for ESOL Press, and the book is called Activate, as I mentioned before. And Activate is a new organically created EFL/ESL conversation textbook that is born out of 30 years of ESL/EFL teaching experience. It is topical, functional, lexical, grammatical, communicative, and motivational. So it's based around the topic. There are functions, as in asking directions, ordering food in a restaurant, and so on. There is the lexical aspect, which is the vocabulary that goes with that, the grammatical aspects, the communicative aspects, and it's motivational. It's fun. And what this textbook does is that it brings the communicative activities to the forefront rather than putting them in the back of the book or not even having them, which a lot of textbooks have a lot of English but without communicative activities. Or they might have a very small section for communicative activity, which a lot of teachers will skip over thinking it's irrelevant. It presents the language in context, and then it decontextualizes the language, and it allows the students to recontextualize the language via the creation of skits at the end of the unit. So that's kind of part of the Activate, is that the students have to recreate with the language that they have learned a skit and then act it out. It allows for reflection on their language, which supports their critical thinking skills of understanding, analyzing, and evaluating. It integrates the acquisition of lower to higher order critical thinking skills based on Bloom's taxonomy of remembering knowledge, understanding, comprehension, applying, application, analyzing, analysis, evaluating, evaluation, and creating synthesis. It activates the student's passive knowledge of English through the use of active communication techniques, such as the use of these communicative, what are called interactivities. It uses the suprasegmentals, instead of what did you, what'd ya, to teach pronunciation. There are learner strategies introduced throughout the textbook. It introduces culture tips, and it allows for the development of autonomy and responsibility.